Max Payne 2. I really like Max Payne a lot. I had this for the PS2 originally, but that version is pretty rough around the edges. But this version is a lot better. It controls better, it runs better on the Xbox, and yeah, definitely. I mainly picked up because it's made by Remedy, the guys that made Alan Wake, which I was really enjoying at the time. And here's Max Payne 2. This box is in horrible condition and there's no manual. Yeah. I'll probably get around to playing it eventually, but I want to get this box replaced anyway, because I'm a nerd like that. But Halo 2. I used to have Halo 1, but not anymore. I want to get around to owning it just because, you know, it is a flagship Xbox series. This is better than the first one. I really think the Halo games have gotten better since time has went on, and I'm not sure what Halo Reach is going to be like, but we'll see, you know. But Halo 2, it's classic. Not going to rag on it. Psychonauts, probably my favourite Xbox game actually. And kind of like the Splinter Cell games, to me this is a Xbox exclusive. I know it's on the PS2, but it was built for Xbox because it was originally going to be published by Microsoft, and the PS2 version it looks crappier and the controls aren't as good from what I've heard. So yeah, but if you want to play this not on PC, you've got to go for the Xbox version. Right. Voodoo Vince. This is a really underappreciated 3D platformer. You play as this little voodoo guy, and you kill yourself in all these interesting ways, and that affects your enemies. And there's a lot of really intuitive puzzle solving. Well, not intuitive, but interesting anyway. So yeah, it's really sad because this is like another Microsoft published game. As you can see, they were going through publishing a lot of like kiddie platformers, and it kind of ended with Psychonauts when they dropped it, sadly. But this was definitely one of the better ones, without a doubt. TimeSplitters 2. I used to have this for the PS2. Absolutely love it. One of my favourite first-person shooters of all time, and yeah, buy it. Right, Gun Valkyrie. I really should have put this in the beginning with all the other games. When I popped it in, I didn't get that into it, but if I'm honest, the biggest reason I bought it was because it was made by Smilebite. They're the guys that made Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future, for that matter. So I thought, I'm going to give this a go, definitely. But yeah, I popped it in, it wasn't that interesting. I don't know, I do definitely need to get a bit further in it before I can cast a proper opinion. So yeah, I probably should have put it at the beginning there. House of the Dead 3, a very good House of the Dead game. Not as good as 1 or 2, I feel, but still pretty damn fun. Yeah, awesome. Sega had brought a lot of their IPs to the Xbox, didn't they? I mean, let's pop these out just for the hell of it then, shall we? Jet Set Radio Future. I can't help but feel this was maybe a Dreamcast game at first and they just ported it to the Xbox. I don't know, it's just that it was an Xbox launch title, wasn't it? And it came out more or less right after the Dreamcast was discontinued, so I don't know, that's just a theory. I'm probably wrong, but hey, who cares? Great game anyway. And of course, Panzer Dragoon Orta. Yeah, you all know how much I adore the Panzer Dragoon games, and the fact that they made one for the Xbox is awesome. But it did really bad, sadly, in terms of sales. So we'll probably never see another Panzer game, but this is still really good, you know. A good follow-up to the Sega Saturn games, so definitely check this out if you can. Okay, we have a series here. Splinter Cell, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, and Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. My order of favourite to least favourite for this series would go Chaos Theory, Original, and Pandora Tomorrow. For no particular reason. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I've said before, I do think that I would say that Splinter Cell is, you know, a first party, well, not a first party because it's published by Microsoft, but to me it feels like an Xbox flagship series, you know, even though it did eventually go multi-plat, but the versions on the GameCube and PS2 were pretty inferior, you know, so Xbox is the place to play this series, and I greatly enjoy them. I've not gotten around to playing Conviction yet, but hopefully I will at some point. Fahrenheit, also known as Indigo Prophecy in America. Superb, absolutely love it. I remember I got my hands on this. I borrowed it from a friend on the PS2. I stayed up all night and bet it in one sitting. The game was just that addicting. I wanted to do the same with Heavy Rain when it came out, but that game's a lot longer, and I'm working now, so I couldn't even if I wanted to. But Fahrenheit, definitely love this game. Dreamfall, The Longest Journey. This is a sequel to The Longest Journey, which is a PC point-and-click game. I remember always wanting this game before I had an Xbox, because it kept getting like Game of the Year awards for story, and I was like, dang, I really want to try this out. And then I got it for the Xbox, and I was really getting into it, so I'm like, man, I really want to play the first one. So I did what I've never done before, went on the PC and just bought digital distribution, you know. I bought the first game, and I beat it, and I loved it. But ironically, I went back to this, and it became quite, I noticed that the tone in this game is a lot different to the first. It takes itself a lot more seriously, you know. And I don't know, it kind of compelled me to stop playing it, but this is, from what I've played, I got quite a bit in, and I am going to openly admit that this is one of my favourite Xbox games, even though I need to get round to beating it, and I definitely will at some point. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend that you pick that up. Right. Dead or Alive 3. This was one of the games I wanted. This was one of these games that I really wanted to get an Xbox for, because I was such a big fan of Dead or Alive 2 on the Dreamcast. And I remember, you know, always going to the shops and they'd have it on the demos, and the graphics were just mind-boggling, you know. And yeah, I just really, really want to pick it up, and I've got it now. There's also that remake of Dead or Alive 2 on Xbox, which I really, really should get, because it has the Xbox Live support, even though Xbox Live is dead now on the original Xbox, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Dead or Alive, awesome. And last game we've got here, no manual, Jade Empire, limited edition. I remember I picked this up as well, quite soon after it came out, actually, because I got my original Xbox pretty much just before the 360 came out, actually, so I really wanted to pick up some killer app exclusives, so to speak. And yeah, friggin' awesome game. Not as good as, say, the Mass Effect series, because it's also made by BioWare, but still pretty damn good. Yeah, I'd highly recommend this. Yeah, okay then. That's that. That's all my Xbox games, guys. See yous after. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.